Now check this out, right? A lot of people ain't gonna like this shit. But it's something that needs to be addressed about the African American opinions about interracial marriages. Yeah. Now, I've had my reservations for years as well. You know, I was young. Yeah, I'm 50 now, so I kind of seen some things on reality of life, you know, with one or it needs, or however one wants to describe a person when he or she makes a decision to go and marry someone outside of their race. Mainly blacks and whites. It's like a big issue for some fucking reason. I don't know why. Now that I'm 50. But for many years I did. I'm like, yeah, you know, I had a lot of problems with white folks doing this and that and doing this and did this for 400 years. I get that. Yeah, and I follow that form of a narrative as well. And I'm just as guilty, but I'm 50 now. I'm older. Yeah. I kind of got a little more wiser on people selecting other people. One, if you meet someone and they bring something about in you that you've never felt before, you not only you got butterflies in your stomach, you got bees as well, because it's this is, you ain't never felt this type shit, and this person happens to be the opposite color of you. Who is any motherfucking body to judge that person on how they felt at that moment and how they feel at that moment of the present about that individual being the opposite of the other individual? Who are we to be able to do that? It's because of the things that have taken place with people of that race. Yeah, that makes it somewhat a motive for one to be able to continue to cling to a form of actions that has taken place over the years. Yeah, but you can't change that thing inside your heart, ladies and gentlemen. Now, a lot of people ain't gonna like this shit. I met a woman, yeah. I mean, this woman was so beautiful. Yeah. She was older than me. Yeah. And she just made me just like, wow, I wish I could meet someone and be with someone, you know, like that. Her name was Bette Midler. Yeah, Bette Midler, the actress, exactly. Now, for anything for that to even emerge into a relationship or whatever would not be virtually impossible, of course. But this is how I felt when I was young, when I saw her on TV. I believe it was the movie Taps. I love her. She's quirky, funny. I think she's underrated in spite of the fact she said some things a couple of years ago. But at the same time, that didn't change the fact that what I felt years ago, because I had no knowledge of what was going to be said years later down the line. Then I met another woman, a Chinese woman. Or I should say Asian woman. I'm going to say Asian because I don't know if that's the proper way to describe it. I say Asian because they can kind of cover the whole field, if you will. Most beautiful thing I've ever met. Touched my soul. Made me want to go out and do things that I knew that I could do, but inside of my mind, I didn't think I could do it because, you know, I'm an African-American man, a black man, a nigga, whatever name it was that I wanted to use to define in my mind to be able to be basically an uninspired individual and just be a second best type motherfucker to a woman. Yeah, I know it's deep. But this woman made me want to be all I could be. She never even spoke to me. Never even knew my name. Didn't even know where I was from. Just that picture flash, pow. And for a fraction of a second in my mind, I was like, wow, my heart, damn. But me kind of lightweight, being somewhat, you know, intimidated by beauty, and I think many men are, especially when they don't look too well. Like, you know, got that Dave Chappelle look, I got a JJ look, I got all kinds of funny looks, people say, but that's cool. But at the same time, that enabled me not to be able to make my approach to this woman. I just kept passing by. The moral to it is this, y'all. What's inside of you can't never be dictated by the things that are outside of you, and which is people that don't understand, that claim that they have love, that claim that they've experienced and they've been having it for 45 years. You can't never have anything ill to say about a Serena Williams. You can't never have anything ill to say about a Halle Berry. Sidney Poitier. Even I really don't want to say this name because there's some other thing it kind of burns me up. But Charles Barkley, yeah, you can't say anything about that. You cannot say black men or black women are leaving our race or going to other races because there is no one of our race that is applicable or suitable or whatever it is that comes along with the narrative of being able to say these things about people that decide to jump off into interrelational marriages or whatever the case may be. Trust me, that boy over there in England, he didn't fall in love with her because her mother was African American and he felt that it was his duty. He fell in love with that motherfucker because, nigga, I'm looking at that motherfucker and she is gorgeous. And she might have been that woman that actually instilled him, but she had to because she had something in her that was a spiritual strength that made him say, I don't want none of this Buckingham Palace shit. You're going to lose everything if you marry. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to give up all this shit. If they can't accept you, but my mother, I'm African American and I don't give a fuck. We're getting married Tuesday. Be there at 9 o'clock. I'm going to get the rings over there Unite midnight. My brother's going to give you a call. We're going to put you in the car. We're getting married. I don't want to hear all that. I'm giving all this shit up if you act stupid. Fuck them. That ain't a motive for nothing other than a love that cannot be explained. And we want an explanation on it. No, you don't get the explanation, y'all. We don't get it. We just don't get it. It's not our place to know how he or she has been instilled, inspired in the spiritual manner on a connection that me and you and everyone else is jealous about. Oh, he married him. Oh, yeah. Oh, she went out. Kamala Harris too. You know. Now I don't know. I don't know. I'm thinking her husband. Something he does spiritual thing. I think I should be. I know. I think she do. I think he does something for her. I had to. Shit, she became vice president. Shit. So something about him had to instill her to be who she is, whether we like her politics or not. Whether we've heard her history of what she lacked and what she failed to do and what she supported that shouldn't have been against our people, but whatever the case may be. That has nothing to do with when you select your mate. If your mate brings something in you that me, you, and everyone else can't understand, that's bullshit, you just did it for the money, so fucking what? That's our opinion, but you don't know what's on the inside because some of us got some motherfucking women and got some fucking men in our life that ain't worth a fuck. And guess what? Your mama, your brother, your cousin, your next door neighbor, the minister of the church is also asking that same question. Why is she still with that nigga? So, in other words, if people don't like that, I'm from Ohio. And if you don't like that, I got friends. Yeah, so, I just look at it like this, y'all. Just respect what people choose and stop trying to put a race involved. And Dr. Umar, I respect a lot of things that you say and do. You know, I understand you trying to do great things. But, bro, you need to keep your motherfucking mouth shut about not having respect for people that have married a person that is outside of the race. That's bullshit. You don't know what these people felt. But somehow in between, God put something in their lives where they became so iconic. You just want to find a way to be able to not have respect for them because God gave them this mate, and you telling you don't have no respect, bro. You can't do that, bro. That's man. You got to be out your goddamn mind. God gave me an aunt, and I married an aunt. And you talking crazy as me, and I know God gave me the aunt, bro. That's blasphemy, bro. You fuck around your career gonna be almost you might be selling pop bottles for beer money in a couple of years. I'm Max out. Peace.